Welcome back to Roy's Universe. So today, guys, we're going to discuss the relationship between birth number 7 and life path number 4. So the birth number 7 is, of course, represented by anybody that's born on the 7th, the 16th, or the 25th. And you are going to be, I guess, intertwined with this video if you have a life path number of 4, meaning your full birth date adds to number 4 or 22 if you have a master number. With that being said, this is one of the hardest combinations to deal with in numerology when you look at it from a Chaldean context. Reason behind it, these are two numbers that are very malefic. They're both represented by non-planets. So the number 7 is Ketu, which is the tail of the serpent, and Rahu is its head, it's the head of the serpent. So when it's in this position, it can lead to a very highly famous person, highly reputed person, but they have a very rough upbringing. They come through poverty or they come through some sort of a big tragedy, and then they get their success. A lot of lucky sort of occupations for these people would be like the arts, religion, writing books, philosophy, things like that. Even law can do quite well for you guys. When it comes to lucky gems, we're looking at tiger stone, garnet, cat's eye, and moonstone. And lucky colors is simply white and violet. Unlucky colors is red and black. Every other color is pretty much neutral for you guys, but you should still just be wary. I'd say we're a lot of violet and white, just to really get those positive results in your life. There's also different rituals that I'll discuss off of YouTube that you can do for the moon and so forth that can really help you guys with your luck as well. Just because both of these planets have an association with the moon. The number 7 is a south node of the moon, whereas the number 4, Rahu, is the north node of the moon. It eclipses the moon, it eats it. So the 7 gives you good luck with the moon's energy, which is like your emotional sort of energy, your subconscious. But then the 4, as your life path, it damages the subconscious, it damages the moon. So this really speaks a lot of the person that has this planetary representation, has these numbers as their birth and life path. It makes them sort of want to be good, but their life makes them almost have to be bad in order to be successful. It's a very, very weird mix. And there's a lot of very highly regarded celebrities with this sort of combination. A major one in the Caribbean industry would be Vibes Cartel. He used the number 33, which is 6. It's the best luck name number you can have for this combination with 7 and 4. And he did get a high degree of success, but some of the detriments of the life path birth number combination still did hit him in regards to anger. When I discussed before the anger of people born the 7th, 16th, or 25th, I'm one of them. This comes with a lot of being very hot-headed, very short-tempered, and at a certain point when you're born on the 7th, you have a very intellectual and philosophical outlook on life. But if those boundaries are crossed, or if there's a certain level of disrespect, nothing really matters anymore, and you're going to kill that person. And that's really what happened when it comes to an example like Vibes Cartel, who had such a high musical influence in Jamaica and worldwide. He still does currently have a very high musical influence, but unfortunately, because of the anger, he ended up getting accusations of murder in multiple cases, and in turn, he's pretty much serving the rest of his life in prison. That's just a prime example of this number combination, what it can do, so you have to be very, very cautious. This can lead you to being a very successful person if you're able to turn your tragedy into what you'd call success. Somebody else with this number combination would be Eckhart Tolle. Eckhart Tolle, he has a book called The Power of Now, which is a very influential book before I actually started my YouTube and really touched my soul in a very deep way. I believe he was born February 16th, and he also was somebody that has a life path 4, and he was able to really use the tragedy in his life, his depression, and find spiritual realization around the ages of 28 to 29, where he describes being sort of sucked into a portal in his mind and being able to really just get the trajectory, get the power of being in the present, and then he's been able to live in that ever since, and he's become a spiritual teacher. So I've given you guys like a bad example of the number, which is Vibes Cartel, which I know a lot of people like him. I'm not saying he's a bad person. What I'm saying is he's had choices that led to his detriment. And then Eckhart Tolle, who's a very successful person, who's had a very clean life, and he's made the best out of a bad situation. So if you have this sort of combination, what I'd recommend is really taking time to be mindful, really using your lucky colors. You want to use your gemstones, you want to use certain rituals, and your lucky names are going to go in the number 6 or 5 very, very specifically. Any other sort of numbers, I'm not sure what they're going to do in that respect. Just because the number 2 is definitely not compatible because of the life path 4. The number 1 is okay, but it wouldn't be the best in this situation. Number 3 is not going to work that well. Number 4 will be horrible. Number 5 is great, like I said. Number 6 is great. 7, 8, and 9, they're just add more malefic effects, put quite simply. So you got to be very careful there. But aside from that, that should conclude this video, guys. If you have any questions about it whatsoever, just please leave something in the comments for me. Aside from that, like, subscribe. Holla at me. It's over today, guys. Peace.